my question right off the back is this a top tier season of Big Brother?
This season is wild. Okay, this season feels so different than other seasons.
Yeah.
One reason being the veto has been used every single week.
Right.
For the first 7?
Yeah.
7 weeks? Never happened before.
I think we're at 8 now.
8.
Yeah.
Inexplicably,
Okay.
Leah used the veto to save Angela yet again this week.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. I think that they just kind of see Angela as an easy person to manipulate. And I think she cries a lot. And I think they see her as like an older woman crying a lot and they feel bad for her.
Yeah, definitely.
I really think so. I think people have more compassion for older people and then like younger people. Right? So the ones that are the same age that are crying, they're just like, okay, get over it. Right? Or you're annoying.
Right.
But like the older people, they're like, oh, we should have compassion on her. Right? But it's not real. And she's shown time and time again she can't be trusted.
Yeah.
She'll like make these alliances and like make these pacts with people and then she goes behind their back.
Yeah.
Or she'll say like one thing like, "Oh, I really like you and I really value working with you in this game." And then she goes and like badmouths them to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just it's wild. So for Leah to be like, "Oh, I just really want her like in the jury as a number for me." I'm just kind of like, what?
Yeah.
She's such a wild card. Can you really count on her?
True. Yeah, Leah hasn't really played as much, so she actually is in a great position to like not give Angela ammunition to dislike her because Angela can't say she's betrayed her because Leah hasn't done anything but be nice to her.
Yeah.
But as soon as Leah starts showing that she has any agency, I'm sure Angela will question her.
Yeah, for sure.
And doubt her.
For sure.
Yeah, this was a topsy-turvy week. I think what I want to say right off the bat is like, Quinn, what are you doing? Quinn, or maybe I'll say it like Quinn. Oh my gosh, what are you doing, Quinn? Quinn, I can't believe it. You've had 2 people go home on your HOH that were in your alliance.
It just feels so like there's not a lot of strategy happening this season, right?
Well, no, I think in Quinn's case, he's over strategizing. Never, ever put people you are aligned with, unless if you don't have to. I mean, you get to a point in the season where you have to just on numbers, but that you're closely aligned with, that have had your back since the beginning, or are in your alliance on the block.
That's what I'm saying. That's a strategy. And why are you not doing that?
Well, because I think he wanted to build new relations with Mackenzie and Cam and all these people and had to justify reasons to do that and why he wouldn't put them up. When it's like, no, just stick with the people who are stuck with you.
True.
And build on those. And, you can't be good with everybody in the house.
It's like honestly hard to know at this point, like, who's aligned with who and what is who's going home and not. I mean it's okay, so for sure we know that Chemo, Rubina, and T-Core are thick as thieves.
Yes, and I think in that Chemo and T-Core are super close.
Yeah. So I mean there's that, but other than that I'm kind of like, what are we just like have a whole group of floaters left?
I think Chelsea would be in super tight with Cam if he would just join up.
Yeah.
But Cam, we saw what happened.
Oh
let's go a quick. It's our early segment for us to do the segment, but let's get a Showmance update on what's going on in the house and how that relates to the season.
Listen, my girl Chelsea, I ride with you no matter what. Okay. Chelsea has found herself in a little love triangle. Okay.
No.
She
has
yes.
A love triangle would be if okay, I can see what you're saying.
Chelsea has a little bit of a crush on Cam. Cam is not interested in Chelsea in that way, but he has been showing a lot of attention to Mackenzie lately, and Mackenzie has been showing a lot of attention to him, and Chelsea is very upset about it and sad about it, and I don't blame her. I would be the exact same way. She's getting a lot of heat from people being like, girl, he never liked you, y'all aren't in a relationship, da 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 da. But I get it. I've been there.
Yeah. It's just really kind of, I get it. It's a little hard for me to be sympathetic. Cam, she said they built a special friendship. And don't they say that about every single person in the house? You'd be a great friend to me. We have a special bond. So what does that even really mean? And it really just means that she has a crush on him and was hoping that they could have a connection. Maybe they do. Clearly not strong enough that he wouldn't go lay in some other girl's lap. If you'll remember, he started off the season having a huge crush on Leah. And he verbalized that to her.
Yes.
To
Leah?
Leah? Yeah.
Or to Chelsea?
No, to Leah.
He told Leah he liked her?
Well, he said, I had dreams about you.
Oh?
Remember? You remember
I don't remember that.
It was on the show. I had dreams about you and...
Okay, well, I forgot.
And... I know. And things of that nature. And so he's not the kind of guy who won't tell you if he's like into you.
Yeah, true.
It was obvious to Leah. She was like, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm not into Cam, right? So Chelsea, I feel like if he'd shown her signs, they'd have evidence of it. Chelsea would be like, well, he kind of said he liked me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That has not happened. So
yes, but you can still be upset that you like someone and they don't like you back and they're giving attention to someone else.
Right. I get that. That's fine. But I'm just saying, like, that happens all the time. And they're acting like they're trying to make it like Cam and Mackenzie are the worst people in the world.
No, they're not.
T-Core and Rubina are like, there just has to be some tact. You should know better. She's 22, but she should. And actually, this is where T-Core lost me as a rooting interest, because she was like, Mackenzie, she just needs she needs to grow up a little bit. And I'm like, what? No, you're 22 and in the house with a bunch of singles, and if you want to flirt a little bit, you growing up is realizing that, yeah, you should use that time to flirt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
Like, because you don't have many more flirting days.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. You're coming from a place of feeling a little sad. You can't flirt anymore,
no,
huh?
That's not what I was. That was a joke. But you and I, we can flirt. We just don't flirt with other people.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what I'm saying is, like, I think that, and then T-Core was like, I think, and that's why I had to look up is T-Core's age, because she was like, I thought I heard her say, I'm 22, but I'm very mature for my age.
She did.
I almost threw up. I was like, that is, to me, is the lamest thing you can say. Anyone who's like, okay, if it's coming from a place of trauma, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I apologize for what happened. But when you're just like, I'm mature for my age, I'm like really mature, and you're just using it to brag about yourself, I feel sorry for you. Yeah. Because that, I don't find that mature at all.
Yeah.
And then talking about it in reference to someone else as being immature is a final straw for me.
Yeah.
I was rooting for T-Core. I still think she's a great player. I still think she's going to go far, but that to me made her very unlikable.
Oh my god.
So back to our main point. Cam, Chelsea. It's the Big Brother house, man. Know. She's huffing and puffing and leaving the room when they're flirting, and that to me is like something that happens in middle school.
Oh my god.
When you're just like, oh my gosh, Cam and Mackenzie are flirting. I can't even watch. It's like, gross. I'm not gonna say it.
I just feel like you are coming from a place of like,
let's get into it.
Not having that experience,
no, that's not true.
Or just like taking that experience differently, perceiving it differently.
All right, and we've discussed this, but I will repeat myself for the podcast. Okay, every time we watch Perfect Match, or Paradise, any of these shows where a large group of women, beautiful women, are dating a large group of men and they're intermixing, right? Mm-hmm. Some of these girls have this trouble and it's almost as if you can tell they've never really truly had to compete before.
Okay.
Or if it got too competitive, they could just, change the situation and go to a place where they were the top dog. You know what I mean? And of course, beautiful women are going to find attention from men, and they truly rarely have problem getting attention. Now, is it wanted? That's a whole other story. But you see what I'm saying? Men are out here on the grind. I don't want to turn it into this, but I think more often than not, guys are more accustomed to, hey, there's 3 of us. We all like that girl. Who's gonna, you know what I mean?
Let's battle it out.
Yo, true. It's like, that's lame, but that's what happens. You know what I mean? So
that's true, because Joseph and Quinn are both in love with Leah.
They both are, like, she's over there like, you nerds like me, and they're like, yeah, we do.
That's true,
right? And then if Cam were to go like, ooh, Mackenzie and Chelsea, y'all both like me, it's like, you dirty dog. How dare you? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Leah.
That's true.
Leah has had Joseph and Quinn wrapped. You know what I mean? And they were fine.
True.
So that's all I'm saying. If Chelsea had been like, oh, is Mackenzie the only one who can give you head scratches? You haven't even tried my head scratches. I promise you, Cam would have been like, oh, okay. Yeah, and he probably might have shown her more attention.
True.
To see her assert herself. But when she just goes like, ugh, I can't even, because she hasn't said like she knew I liked him. Yeah. She said we have a special friendship.
Yeah.
And here's another thing.
Yeah.
This is what people aren't ready for. If I'm Mackenzie and I like Cam, which we haven't even gotten to the mat of it all, right? If I'm Mackenzie and I like Cam, and some girl goes, or if I'm me, and and somebody like, okay. If I'm Mackenzie and I like Cam and someone says, me and Cam have a special friendship, I was like, oh, are y'all dating? Like, no, but we're special friends. I was like, okay, well.
Not special friends.
But you see what I'm saying? That's what she said. I would be like, okay, whatever.
I know.
Cam, get over here.
I know.
Because what does that mean?
But I think.
So that's all I'm saying. It's a little ridiculous how Chelsea is acting.
But
and to me, a little immature.
Okay. But I think that Chelsea is not the type of girl to be very like forward with guys and like flirty with guys and like touchy-feely with guys. And so then she's like, oh, well, I'm getting beaten out by someone who is like that. Okay. And I'm like, and that's, I mean, I think that's okay.
That's fine, but she also has to acknowledge that the guy she likes is a guy who likes a touchy-feely girl. Fair. So were you ever really going to be compatible?
Fair. You're right.
Can we acknowledge that?
You're right.
But here's the plus side of all that's happening, and this is why it ties in the game. Are we done with Showmance Watch? We talked about all the Showmances. Yeah. It is forcing these happening to the girls. Mackenzie losing Matt, Rubina losing Tucker, Chelsea realizing that Cam's not into her, Leah not having a plus size man to fawn over. These girls are kind of realizing, dang, I guess we got to play for ourselves.
Yeah,
it's like there's a bunch of Nicole Franzels in there, but there's no Corys.
Yeah,
and they're kind of like, oh, well, I guess we're gonna win this.
Yeah, because there's 6 girls and 3 guys.
Yeah,
so chances of an all-girl final 2-3 are pretty high, and I love it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen, and they haven't solidified like, oh, let's go all-girls alliance.
Yeah,
but I think they're actually trending that way in their gameplay and what's happening. Yeah. They got Joseph out; he was a guy. They only had guys on the block, so playing initiated.
Right.
But it's Chelsea realizing if this is a wake up call to her, like, okay, this is not Bachelor in Paradise. This is Big Brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now let's get Mackenzie back in the game. I don't know. See, Mackenzie strikes me as a person. She might just have a slight crush on Cam, but you remember she did the whole thing with Matt.
Yeah.
Like, how's she gonna navigate that? And then she's got her brother waiting for her back home.
Stop. I saw on the feeds Chelsea. I don't even want to say it. Chelsea saying that Mackenzie was saying her and Cam are like brother and sister. and then Chelsea's like, last time I heard that was Tucker saying that about Rubina. So what does that even mean in this house?
Yeah, because for those who don't know what we're talking about, earlier in the season, we didn't bring it up on the pod because I think we were weirded out. It
was too much.
She said like, ugh.
She said her brother is her soulmate,
and she wishes,
it makes her sad that he
that she
he's
can't.
gonna marry someone else.
Something along those lines.
Yes.
She brought up marriage.
Yes.
And her brother and him being your soulmate.
Yes.
So that's why I am bringing up. It is possible that Mackenzie doesn't see Cam as a romantic partner, just as a brother cuddle partner, which is, Lord help him, please.
It reminds me of that girl. What was that? Christine and Cody. Remember,
Yes,
Christine was
that
married.
Yeah, but that got bad.
I know.
She broke up with her husband because of that.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe they won't. I don't know if they said it was because of that, but that was the beginning of the end.
I know.
Yeah. So the girls are in charge. Quinn can't play HOH. If Kima wins, he's for the girls, or he's for Tico and Rabina. He's not. He doesn't care about Cam. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The only way the guys stand a chance is if Cam wins.
Yeah.
And bonds with Kimo and Quinn. And I don't know if that's the best choice.
Right.
If I'm a guy, there's only one way to win this season.
Yeah.
The only way to win this season is to keep two of you around.
Yeah.
And it can't be Kimo because the girls like Kimo more.
Yep.
Kimo cried, and that swayed some of the votes.
Yeah.
I'm reading some comments that was partially why Mackenzie voted to keep him. You know what I mean? His story and who he, So girls like him.
Yeah.
They're closer aligned with him.
I don't even know if I've seen Cam and Quinn have a conversation.
That's what but here's why Cam can't do it, because you can't trust Quinn to keep that a secret.
Yeah, true.
If they have any self-awareness, and it's not wrong, I think the girls should do this. They are not going to vote a man over a woman.
No.
And and that's totally fine. You can vote the winner for whatever reason you want.
Yeah.
They're not going to vote a man over a woman. So the only way for a guy to win is if Quinn and Cam say, if we don't take each other to the final two, we do not win.
Yeah.
And that's period.
Period.
And they should say to each other, it's going to start being obvious with the people who are left in this house that they are trying to get us out. You're going to see it happen. If they
make it final two, I'll be shocked.
And it won't happen.
Yeah.
It won't happen. A girl is going to win this season.
Yeah.
And my only concern is that it might end up being Angela. Ugh.
It might be like a classic case of like the guy, I already forgot his name, who won Claim to Fame.
Adam.
Where they're like, oh, we'll get him out later. Oh, we'll get him out later.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of forget, and then they win the show.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at some point, they're like, wow, Angela, you actually face a lot of adversity. You actually have a good reason. You have a good resume.
Right.
And she's won 2 HOHs.
I know.
She's not even a floater.
I know.
She's just crazy.
It's going to be very interesting to see who wins this week.
Yeah, I think we got the feeds up. It looks like they're doing the comp right now. Who knows how long it'll last? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. It's really going to dictate a lot about what happens this season. We've made it this far and haven't even talked about who got eliminated. This was an eviction episode.
Who cares? I mean, I'm happy he got eliminated, but I'm like,
he was a total. I mean, from his introduction, he's been a flop.
He's just.
I remember his video package.
Again, I just don't like his attitude.
Yeah, we're just like, what's this guy's deal?
I feel like he has a bad attitude,
and not even like a charming bad attitude.
Yeah,
just boring.
There's no redemptive. You can have a bad attitude, but then have redemptive qualities
for TV. I'm sure he's a good person, but yes,
yeah. But I just never even saw that side of him.
He was overconfident in his abilities.
Yes.
He thought he was in a better standing in the house than he was.
He thought he was going to be Dr. Will and not win anything, but then still win the show.
And the thing about Dr. Will is he did it in a charming way.
Yeah.
And Dr. Will actually did win prizes.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Dr. Will was winning prizes, and so it was showing, you know what I mean? But he just had a carefree maverick kind of persona.
That also was a very different time back then.
But I actually think Dr. Will, and he did it by speaking his affirmation or his approval of Tucker's game.
Yeah,
it's closer to what Tucker did, and that Tucker was crazy.
Yes,
Dr. Will didn't do. It wasn't that he didn't do anything.
Yes.
It's just that you didn't know what he would do.
Yes, and I think that Joseph was ready to ride Tucker's coattails to the end.
Oh, definitely. He was a floater. He won 0 comps. all his social strategy meant nothing.
Yeah.
He kind of laughed in the face of Angela, and
Oh my
she got the last laugh on him,
Yeah.
which I actually am happy happened.
I know.
And
because there really was not a reason for him to be that harsh with her. He literally was just like, "You're done. You're going home," for like no reason.
Right. And then he didn't really campaign for himself.
Yeah.
He didn't have any passion pleas. He didn't give anybody a reason to keep him.
Yeah.
Chemo did.
Yeah.
So he went home.
He was walking around talking about how he was gonna beat all the girls in the end, and it just was like, no, he needed to be humbled.
Yeah, I feel like he has this feeling like he's gonna have this really loyal fan base, people that liked him because he was a super fan when he gets out. And I cannot name you one, besides maybe his family. I have not seen one person online be like, Joseph, go Joseph, team. I haven't seen one person all season long.
Yeah.
I've seen Cam fans. I've seen Leah fans. I've seen Mackenzie fans.
Yeah.
I've seen everybody except Joseph.
Yeah.
So he really just Kenny had a bigger impact on the game than Joseph.
I know.
In my opinion. So it is what it is with him. He's out the door. It remains to be seen if anyone's even going to remember him. I doubt I will. What else happened, Big Brother, this week? We ended the
Leah won veto, which I had said earlier.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to the women who are still remaining there, I mean, you're not going to see this, but y'all need to, like, believe in yourself more. Because after she won, she was like, I can do it. I can win. Like, yes, of course you can. Why are you even, like, questioning it? Why are you saying it like that? And then Rubina did the same thing after she won AI Arena tonight. Like, come on, ladies.
It's a very interesting thing. I don't think that way at all, but it is. I've lived a different life and experience.
Yeah.
When I win something, even if I doubted myself, my first words out of my mouth like, "Yeah, I told you." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People say it's like, "You did a great job." I was like, "Yeah, of course I did."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which can be actually bad sometimes. But I could see how other people with a different lived experience don't feel that way.
Right.
You also are very confident in your abilities, but when you can't do something, you're not like I'm gonna go be a T-ball star.
Right.
You're just like, yeah, I can do it.
Right.
And so I stopped. I didn't want to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you win a comp, it's not gonna. You might be like, whoa, I won that, but it would be like if you were playing T-ball. Yeah. Not over something you can do. You know what I mean? Or your general ability. Right. And that's what I like that about you. I like that you're confident.
Thanks, baby.
So I can only imagine that it has to do with them not having that same lived experience or that same disposition towards confidence.
But that's kind of like that Nicole Franzel thing.
Oh gosh. And I actually think it's more nefarious with Nicole.
Oh no, little Omi from Where did she live? Wherever
I can't believe I forgot because she always brings
little old mom just a stay at home
from Michigan, or wherever she is.
Who would have thought that I would win?
And I think I showed these boys that a little girl can win. And you're like, shut up.
Yeah.
But it pains me to say this because I dislike her so much as a TV star. Uh-huh. Nicole Franzel is one of the best Big Brother players of all time.
I know.
And her strategy, I don't like them, but she is one of the best Big Brother players of all time. Yeah. And she always asks, like, how do you play this game again? Oh my gosh, guys.
I know.
And it's like, you are so cutthroat.
I know.
And I just like it when people own up to it.
And you know how to strategize. And you win when you need to win, or you play the people that win. So, like, come on, girl.
Yeah, we just prefer when people own up.
Yeah.
I think we both do. So,
yeah.
But they did have Tucker winning all the comms, so that was part of it. So Leah win, and she needed this if she wants a chance to win it all.
Yeah.
She couldn't float her way. She needed to make a move. And it's a memorable move in keeping Angela. She could say, I started the ball rolling on this all girls. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She truly has played a part in that. And she knows Angela's a vote for her. It's good strategy. It's good. Let's go. Who is that? Let's go. Oh, Xavier Worthy. That's 2 touchdowns on the night. I'm watching my fantasy football team as also as well.
That's what this is about.
And so it's a tried and true thing. If you watch the People's Rose, you are going to see me reacting to Thursday Night Football. That's just how it is. Okay, so yeah, she needed this to win. She needed this like Xavier, like I needed that Xavier Worthy touchdown. Okay, you see what I'm doing there? You see what I'm doing
All
there?
Right.
So yeah. Angela, I mean, we're just gonna be talking about her. She made it to jury, so she's officially gonna be on the show the whole time. I was low key praying she wouldn't make it to jury, so she would just get out of here. But at this point, Angela, and I don't like this, but I imagine it's almost like for people who hate Rachel Riley. That's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the Big Brother seasons in the past, and that you were like, people hated her, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
I liked her. I didn't have a problem with her.
Mm-hmm.
I think Angela is reaching that level of like, okay, she's just one of those characters. In Big Brother history.
I need to see her go off again.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. You can. You're never a week away from an Angela breakdown.
Yeah.
She's. Oh, and speaking of breakdowns, you've said it. This cast is a bunch of crybabies.
They're crybabies.
At a moment's notice, they cry.
It's crazy.
And is crying a bad thing?
No, I think crying is a healthy release of emotion.
But it's just happening so much.
It's just so every single eviction.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen anybody be this invested in every single person.
Right.
Or, this many people be invested in all of them. It's crazy. And Leah, her face when she cries, it gets, like, so scrunched up. It's just very obvious when Leah cries.
I can't even emulate it, but I know the
She's
face.
Like, I don't want to do it. But it's a very distinct face when she's crying.
Another thing I'm thinking about, you just talking about Leah reminded me, I wonder what Matt is thinking. Because first of all, he's just so much not a part of this game anymore. Who cares? They've forgotten him. But he was like, yeah, avenge me, get Angela out. And now Leah and Mackenzie are saving Angela after night one being like, we're going to get her out of there, Matt. This is for you. And now they're like, we love you, Angela. Please stay with us till the end.
Something inside of me, I'm feeling like we're going to get a Mackenzie HOH.
Oh, I would love that.
I'm feeling like she's going to win HOH.
I need Mackenzie to step up.
I'm feeling that
Houston,
this week.
Let's go H-Town. Like, let's really show. Let's go
really
big for Big Brother.
It.
I need that from her. She's like winning comps when she needs to, but I need her to just do more than self-preserve. I need her to actually go win something and make a move. Maybe she needs to start and solidify the Girls Alliance.
Yeah.
Man. I'm trying to think what else we got.
I think that's pretty much it.
And Big Brother World. They ended the AI Arena twist.
Yeah.
With the start of jury, like they do most years, they end like whatever season's twist.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, they ended a jury, or maybe they start a new one.
But then they have some sort of new thing, probably.
Yeah. But this is the best. Well, this is one of the best twists in ages.
It really was. Like, it really made eviction night unknown.
Yeah, and it made it not just unknown. Before it almost was boring to watch evictions because they didn't show HOHs anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We knew it was going to be unanimous 7-1. That person was going home.
Yeah.
There wasn't a reason to watch.
Right.
Now this became like the most appointment watch of all the episodes.
Yeah.
It brought that energy.
It was really smart of them to do that.
We didn't have one unanimous vote.
And having to put 3 people on the block instead of 2 is pretty significant.
Truly. And so it makes the game messier.
Yeah.
Which I think has contributed to the, you know what I'm trying to say? Just the overall zaniness of this game. So yeah, it's a good twist. And man, I almost am like, just keep it. Like,
Ah,
rename it something else
I don't
next season.
know.
Don't call it AI Arena, but bring that back. Find a way to do some kind of that mechanic again, because
Yeah.
otherwise we're just gonna go back to unanimous
I
votes.
don't know though. They've done the 3 people nomination thing before.
But
But they've never done the AI arena.
right,
That's what
where
makes it
you
different.
can fight your way
Yeah.
off the block that
Yeah.
first
True.
on that eviction night, and because people don't know who the final 2 are gonna be, you know what I'm saying? They have
That's
to
true.
play in multiple scenarios,
That's true.
and you get a more emotional votes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they will keep doing it.
I think so. And then you can settle into normal gameplay, which I love. I love classic gameplay, just
Right.
the basic rules. And we get that during jury, maybe throw another twist in there and call it a night.
Yep.
I haven't had that person that I'm just like, I'm rooting for them. I'm on their side this season.
Me either.
I haven't felt a deep connection to a person or an alliance. But I will say this season has been pretty crazy in a good way, even if the people that are going far aren't necessarily who I like.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because again, I don't have a strong favorite. I don't have a, if this person doesn't win, I'm going to be upset kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
That's true. I agree. I feel like there's nobody left besides Angela that I would just be like, oh, I can't believe they won.
Yeah.
Whereas I've had that in the past for sure.
Yeah.
And there's nobody just like steamrolling right now, which I like too.
Yeah. So that, especially now they got Tucker out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that said, is that all we got for Big Brother?
I think so.
Great week. We made it the whole. We're recording earlier. We were on time today, so we're not. I don't think we're gonna see who wins.
Yeah.
HOH unless it happens in the next 5 minutes, because
Yeah.
before we end the show out,
they've been waiting a really long time after the episode to do the HOH.
No, it's been the same amount of time, because they never do it until after Pacific airs.
The only time I didn't realize that.
The only time they started before Pacific airs
is if it's like
an endurance comp that they're gonna show.
Okay.
And even then, sometimes they just started, because you remember, sometimes the wall comp I think started after the Pacific time airing. So that's when they wait to start it. So yeah.